Well, it's something many people in the city haven't seen before, and those fans just want to give a send-off as the players and the coaches and members of the organization leave the arena after tonight's big win.
People leaving the arena, keep her moving, right? Keep her moving. Our Hillary Mintz is speaking with someone who made that phrase pretty famous right now. Let's go to her live on Water Street. Hillary.
You know, guys, in the sea of fans that we've seen out here, I happened to run into the one and only Charlie Barron.
Oh, yeah. How you doing? You doing good? I mean, Bucks and 6, you heard those guys say it. You know, they've had a couple 2-3, I'll be honest with you. But it's just fantastic to be out here. I feel happier than the time I got my first banjo minnow set. It's really incredible out here. The energy is electric. It's electric.
You were in the Deer District, you said. I mean, everybody has been hoping for this moment, and it came true.
It did come true, and honest to Pete, you know, this was a tale of caution for them Suns. I tried telling them, watch out for deer. They didn't do it, though, and then, you know, they screwed the pooch. Oh, can I say that on national
I think
television?
It's after midnight, so I think we should be okay.
It's like the HBO hour, you know. It's getting weird right now, so real good. Okay.
All right, so all these people, we gotta keep her moving,
Oh,
right?
we got to keep her moving. Yeah, are we supposed to be in the street right now? Is that okay, officer?
I think they said it's okay.
They said that's okay, so we're okay. Oh, my gosh, wow, that wind. You know, it's not the cold, it's the wind. It's not the heat, it's the humidity.
You almost look like you got a tear in your eye there.
I have a tear. I'm sorry, my eyes were sweating because the Bucks just took the whole gosh darn deal. Bucks and 6, jeepers cripes. I got to work out my eyes more so they don't sweat in these conditions here. Holy smokes.
All right, we're all laughing here,
Okay.
the group of us. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for coming by. All right.
Okay, keep
Go
her
Bucks.
moving. And watch out for deer, honestly.
I will. All right, guys. So the one and only Charlie Barron's here. Oh, and lots of noises here and lots of people here. But for now, we'll send it back to you guys.
And I'm with Charlie. It is the wind. It is the wind. I'm battling it too. Thank you, Hillary.
A lot of people are feeling it tonight. Let's go to Matt Smith. He is on Brady Street tonight. Matt?
Hey, we still got some fans out here. If you can see behind me, as soon as they realize they're on, they're going to start chanting again. Bucks and 6 is what we're hearing. Patrick and Joyce, you said you had some confetti. I have a little glitter from a fan. They are, let's say, a little bit excited out here.
All right, Matt, we're going to cut in. We got to get you right to breaking news with Hillary Mintz on Water Street. Hillary, what's going on?
Bob, I'm right here. I'm right here. They're over there. We got to get out. Let's get out of here. Hey, we got a shooting down here. Everybody started running. There was many shots. Then we saw a few officers with their guns drawn. Looks like they're right behind the Elwoods Liquor and Tap. You guys hearing us?
Yes, we are, Hillary. We do hear you, and we do see the the chaos that's breaking out there on Water
We're kind of huddled
Street.
right against a building.
Hillary, first and foremost, you stay safe out there, you and your photographer.
Hillary, could you
we'll
hear
keep you
the
posted. There's
shots?
some officers pulling up by this Elwoods. It's hard to tell where the shots came from. Everybody just started running, and there's been fireworks tonight that people have been setting off, so you kind of never know what the sounds are.
Yeah, just hearing some popping sounds and some now police responding to it. It's got to be chaotic though when you're in that big of a crowd, not being sure exactly what the source of that noise is.
Hillary, I'm not sure if you heard what Joyce asked before. Did you hear the shots?
Can you just... Hey, I think I want to get out of here.
All right, it's imperative that we keep our crews safe, so we're going to stay on this as long as they feel it's safe, but otherwise we just want to tell you that this is what nobody wanted to have happen. There was encouragement to keep the celebration safe. Go ahead, Hillary. All right, we are going to summarize what Hillary was telling us. Some popping sound, perhaps a shooting near Elwood's Liquor and Tap on Water Street. You could see the video there, the people scurrying from the area and officers responding to the scene.
And we're not far from that location right now, Joyce. I was just looking over my shoulder and saw some police activity as well here. A few squad cars turning around. It looks like they might be heading in that direction as well. We're not seeing any activity over here. We're just a couple blocks away. We're seeing this unfold on Hillary's camera there. Of course, we want her and our crew and everyone else out there to be safe. We heard what she said, that they want to get out of that area right now. We're still trying to figure out exactly what is going on. It looks like there might be someone down there on the ground. Not sure if they're tending to someone who may be injured or if there's something more going on there, but we're still trying to figure out exactly what's going on. She said that there were many shots. And again, talking about the confusion with the fireworks out here tonight, we not only had the fireworks after the game ended here at Fiserv, but we also noticed there were pockets of fireworks going off in the vicinity as well. We assume that those were not related to here. So a lot of sounds out here, a lot of noises, a lot of popping sounds. She's describing several shots in that area tonight.
And as we talked about earlier, there were several tweets and notifications from the city of Milwaukee encouraging people to celebrate, enjoy, and stay safe. We did hear it was possibly gunshots when our crew was there. As soon as we can turn that video around, we will play that for you. But when you talk about the tens of thousands of people who were here on the plaza, we saw some things tonight that were a little startling, and we wanted to be sure people would be safe. We shared some of that video with you earlier, people climbing on poles, you know, the barricades that were going through the crowd, and we did see several people being taken to the tent here for medics to tend to them, but we had not seen anything that equated to shots or anything like that, as apparently they're seeing unfold now on Water Street.
And we see they have police tape up in that area right now. Officers are on the scene. We see the flashing lights. We can see the police officers walking around in that area as well. But we also see, as we look at these live pictures coming in, several people still in that area. When we went back to Hillary, we could see in the commotion people running, trying to get out of the way, we presume. She was talking about taking cover as well. And as we look at these live pictures, again, I can't tell if that is someone. It looks like someone is sitting there on the ground in the video that we're seeing right now. We're told by our producer that there might be someone in handcuffs in the live images that we're seeing right now, but you can see several officers there on the scene. They had several officers in this area tonight because of the expanded footprint down here in the Deer District. They were expecting some 65,000 people down here. That was the estimate. They had several police officers in the area as well, not only here in the plaza behind us, but we could see them in the area on the streets surrounding this area as well. So several police officers have been here in this area throughout the evening, and it looks like they responded quickly to whatever is going on there.
Dozens of them. They were wearing those yellow vests, right, and they had the flashing lights, and it made it easier for people in the crowd, if they needed attention, to find where these officers were. And it was very crowded at several points. The officers were stationed on these partitions so that they were higher up and to keep people back and safe. But as you can imagine, with so many people on the plaza, there was some crushing going on as people were trying to get from here to there. And the police, kind of could tell as the game ended and people were happily walking away, there was a sense of relief that everybody got off the plaza okay. But we're seeing there, as our Hillary Mintz was reporting, what sounded like shots fired. This is near Elwood's Bar and Tap on Water Street. Unclear if those shots hit anyone, but as our producer was mentioning to us, it looked as if there was someone on the ground there in handcuffs. So that is the latest that we have for you there on the situation unfolding on Water Street.
We could hear Hillary in our ear. Hillary, can you hear us? We're not sure if your microphone is still up at this point or if you're in a safe spot where you feel comfortable talking and giving us an idea of what's going on.
I think he went around the corner.
Okay. Before we go to Hillary, We understand that we have some video of what occurred on Water Street and what our crews heard in that area. Let's listen to that.
And lots of noises here and lots of people here, but for now, we'll send it back to you guys.
You can understand. Again, that is moments ago from the area on Water Street near Elwood's Bar and Tap. You see people running after hearing what sounded like a series of shots. I can understand why Hillary said what she did, because when you first hear it, you're not quite clear if those were perhaps fireworks, which we've been saying we've been hearing going off throughout the district at random times ever since the win. But you could see why people were so scared and running for cover.
Right, and when you hear those sounds, you can hear there were several shots fired there. And now we're taking a live look at the scene again, and we see fire trucks arriving on the scene as well. We still don't have information specifics about exactly what happened out there. We're hoping to talk with our Hillary Mintz again once she's in a safe spot and she feels comfortable talking with us to give us an idea of what is going on out there and giving us an idea of what she is seeing. We're just seeing these live pictures come in right now from the area around Water Street. We've seen police officers in that area. Police tape is already up. We're told by our producer that there is someone, at least one person, in handcuffs in that area. And I'm just looking over my shoulder because I'm hearing what sounded like a siren. We're not that far from that area, so we've seen some police activity as well over here shortly after all of this happened over on Water Street. But this is now an emergency response to figure out exactly what happened out there, what's going on, and we're waiting to hear if there were any injuries.
This incident marring a celebration, a feeling of joy and accomplishment after the Milwaukee Bucks win their first NBA championship in 50 years. A euphoric celebration happening here on the Deer District, and as soon as it was over and the trophies were presented and the crowd heard from Giannis as those remarks were broadcast, everyone celebrated, everyone dispersed and was making their way to various points. We've shown you celebrations along Brady Street, along Water Street, and that's when we had our Hillary Mintz dispatched there, and she had just shared with us that interview, that live interview with comedian Charlie Barons, and then moments ago is when she heard what sounded like those series of shots, and that's the video that we shared with you, that the sounds that you heard right there as well, and the people running for cover and for safety. As we continue to look at the live pictures, because our photographer is there, and what we'd like to share with you yet again is what our crews heard on the scene, which spurred this emergency response. Let's listen.
Lots of noises here and lots of people here, but for now, we'll send it back to you guys.
Again, this is what no one wanted to see after the end of what had been a happy celebration of the Bucks' victory tonight. People confused, scared, running for safety and cover as what appeared to be shots ringing out on Water Street tonight.
And as we've been reporting, that's one of the areas where people went to after the game ended. You had an estimated 65,000 people here. They watched the game here on the plaza and in the Deer District. And shortly after the game ended, we had fireworks here. And I'm just pausing for a moment because our producer is giving us some information here saying that we are seeing paramedics. Our crew out there is seeing paramedics working on someone there at the scene. Again, this is in the area near Water and Juneau.
Yeah, we hadn't been clear if anyone was actually hurt in what now we can safely assume were gunshots. But now that we know that paramedics are there working on someone, do not know the extent of the injuries, but it looks as if there has been a shooting on Water Street after the celebration here of the Bucks win.
And as I was saying, the Water Street area is one of the areas, just like Brady Street on Milwaukee's east side and elsewhere around the city. Those are places where people went to after they left the Deer District. There was a celebration here after the game, and people watched the trophy presentation, and we still have some people milling about right now, but the crowds didn't really last that long after the game, and after everything was said and done, they started going elsewhere. Water Street is one of the areas they went to, and it was not too long after the game ended and after our coverage started that this all unfolded there shortly after we had talked with our Hillary Mintz. As you mentioned just moments ago, she had just conducted a live interview with Charlie Behrens there in the area of Water and Juneau, and moments later we were told to go back to her because of this incident there. But we do understand that paramedics are working on at least one person there. Emergency crews are on the scene right now. We heard the sounds in that video where Hillary was reporting, and we could hear what appeared to be gunshots there. And again, some of the confusion is that we have seen fireworks and heard fireworks throughout the evening, so you can understand the initial few pops and sounds that she heard out there, and the other people heard out there were perhaps confused with fireworks going off. But then as we listen and we hear more, it sounds like it was gunshots in that area.
And you saw officers in the yellow vest there on the scene responding. Also in that live video, perhaps you may have seen an ambulance responding. So we will continue to stay on this story and learn more about exactly what happened and the extent of the injuries or injury. Again, not clear how many people were hurt, but just rest assured we are working to learn more information about that. For now, though, we are going to go to our colleague Ben Wagner, who has been on the plaza here at the Deer District. Ben.
And Joyce, it is certainly still a party out here. It's a scary situation on Water Street, and hoping our colleague Hillary Mintz and her photographer are doing okay. Do want to say, so this is where we have been for the better part of the evening. This is 6th Street, just west of the building here. And so what? Everybody, if you're just joining us, if you haven't seen our reports from earlier, this is the loading dock where the players are normally coming out after the game, right? That's right.
Here we go for you too, homie.
And it's true. It was Bucks in 6. Loading dock here is where the players are coming out. We've seen a couple so far. We saw Coach Bud. He came out. Brooke Lopez came out. A couple of other Bucks president Peter Fagan came out as well. So that is what everybody is here, waiting to send everybody off, send all the players home after a championship here tonight. Go! Bucks in what, guys?
6!
Never gets old. So police have basically got this, they've kind of got the crowd pushed aside just enough so that all the cars can come through here and can kind of make this line south of town here. Big time party tonight. Big time party here. I tell you, I mean, it is approaching 1 o'clock, and I don't think anybody's lost any energy so far. We have seen same level of support from everybody. Yep. Here we go. Yep. We got Chris Middleton.
Come on now.
We got Chris.
6, baby.
How we feeling?
Hey, we're feeling great. We're the champs, so we're not the champs no more, like Shaquille O'Neal said, baby. Let's get it.
Hey, like he said, Giannis is the next Superman. No ifs, ands, or buts. Next Superman. Come on now.
Superman. He was the MVP, and he was the Greek freak. And what a night he had. 50 points tonight. How are you guys feeling?
Oh, we were feeling fantastic. Bucks in 6.
You want to see how great I feel?
Hey! Bucks
Bucks in 6. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
How are you guys? Were you guys outside or inside?
We were outside. It was fantastic. We've shown up to every game this summer. It's been amazing.
What was it like being with the crowd of 60,000 of your closest friends, and another one coming up here now?
It feels so good, tremendous. You know what I mean? Bucks in 6.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's how we do it, baby.
We love our city.
Let's go.
Bucks in 6, baby.
Well, that happened fast, huh? All right, well, we'll leave you, Patrick and Joyce, with this party going on here on 6th Street. We'll send it back to you.
It's nice to see happy fans celebrating in a good way.
Right, we have some more fans celebrating right now. They're buying some merchandise just behind us in the pro shop. Let's go to Caroline Reinwald. Caroline?
The pro shop just opened up about 5, maybe 10 minutes ago now, and I'm standing with one of the fans here. Show me what you got.
Man, I just got the locker room gear, the shirt and the hat. 50 years in the making. I'm sorry about that.
Tell me again the prices of these two.
It came up to like $75.
Worth it, right?
Oh, every penny, man. Sweat, blood, and tears went to this victory.
Yeah. And how long did you wait in line to come in here tonight?
About 2.5, 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. It was worth the wait, though. We've been waiting, Well, I ain't been waiting 50 years, but,
right.
You know, it's been 50 years.
And you were here in the Deer District while they were playing?
Oh, yeah, and it looked like a president inauguration that many people was out there.
Now, they got a couple of different shirts. What made you choose this one?
This is the locker room gear. It make you feel like you're actually part of the team.
Same with the hat?
Oh, yeah.
This is what they wore?
Yeah, this is what Giannis got on right now.
And that makes it special?
Oh, yeah, he deserved it.
Yeah.
He deserved it. They need to put a statue out like tomorrow.
Bucks in 6, baby. Yeah.
Did you get any gear too?
Oh yeah, you see, I had to throw mine right on. Yes, sir. Hey, I got some other stuff too. I'm repping for the city, man.
Yeah.
Bucks in 6. This the one that they wore in the locker room, right? Yeah. I didn't see the game, but I'm going to watch it all night long, baby. Yes, sir.
You guys just seem so happy. Just big smiles on your faces.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Listen, this is history. 50 years. Giannis made 50 points. Hey, that's
First
beautiful.
player ever, 50 points.
First player ever.
In the finals.
Look at
The
that.
Bucks, champions, baby. Listen, there's so many people ain't never witnessed this in their life, and Milwaukee came out, and we showed up, we showed out. Bucks in 6, baby. Let's go!
You hear it, and we'll show a little bit more of just how many people are in the pro shop right now, waiting in line to buy their championship gear. Like you just heard, a couple of people here have been waiting 2-3 hours now, so it's worth it. You know, they're spending a lot of money, spending a lot of time here, and they just want to have that championship gear to show they were here in the Deer District. Some of them inside Pfizer Forum. They want to savor that moment, and just a real happy feeling here inside the pro shop right now.
All right, Caroline. We should also note that Dick's Sporting Goods stores let us know that they were going to stay open late tonight because they were selling all the finals championship wear as well.
Well, it's a late night, early morning, if you want to put it that way, over on Brady Street. We checked in with Matt Smith a short time ago. We had to cut away from him, so let's go back over and see what's happening. We can see there is a party going on behind you, Matt.
Yeah, do we say good morning at this point, Patrick? Good morning from Brady Street, where the party is still going on. And to that point, as we're following the developments on Water Street tonight, there have been officers here on Brady Street all evening, a number of them on bikes headed toward that direction as soon as it happened. If you take a look down in this direction, you see MPD squads. They have been on scene here all night, just patrolling this area, blocking the street off. We've seen officers on foot, officers on bike. I talked with the acting chief yesterday, and he talked just about this overall challenge of getting officers across the city once this dispersed and once the Deer District gathering left. They knew there were going to be gatherings and parties in all parts of the city, and they have been present and they have been visible, as the acting chief had said, but a number of them on bikes headed toward that direction as soon as Hillary started reporting those developments. As you can see behind me, the party is still going on. They have blocked off the street here on Brady Street. The crowd has thinned a little bit, but the celebration here does continue at this hour. There was a huge watch party here at the Nomad. They had probably 4 or 5 TV screens up. A lot of people saying, hey, we wanted a little bit of a smaller crowd, but still the energy from the Deer District. You mentioned the championship T-shirts that Caroline was showing us. A number of people have made it here already with the hats, with the T-shirts. They're starting to show those around. Bucks in 6, if we haven't heard that one before, right? That is the best. They're cheering. Look, we still got some excitement, right? We still got some fans that are excited. We got some glitter on their faces. I have some glitter on my faces. I know you guys have the confetti, but the crowd here and the party still going on out in the street, Joyce and Patrick. We'll send it back to you above high atop Fiserv Forum.
Okay, thanks very much, Matt. Again, a lot of excited fans there. And I think the culmination of the night is when the Bucks received that famous trophy.
And we have video right now. The Bucks are NBA champions. Let's look at the trophy presentation.
To the city of Milwaukee, it's been 50 years. That makes it all that much sweeter. To Mark Lazary, to Wes Edens, to Jamie Dinan, to Mike Fascitelli, to GM John Horst. Where's Coach? Mike Budenholzer. What a tremendous job. And ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 NBA champions, your Milwaukee Bucks.
It is yours for the taking.
What is it about this group that makes them so special?
I'm going to talk about them, but I just want to take a quick second. Respect to Phoenix, great players, great coach, and Monty Williams, great organization. But these players, they're champions every day. Every day they come to the building, they are champions. They've embraced getting better every day. They've embraced competing. They've embraced playing together. And it's made them champions tonight. I couldn't be more proud of them. I'm so happy for these players.
And Bud, it isn't every day that a coach gets the chance to work with a two-time MVP. What has being with Giannis Antetokounmpo every day for the last several years, how has that shaped you?
I'm so blessed to work with Giannis every day. He's a special human being. He's an even more amazing human being that he is a player. I've learned so much from him, his leadership, Chris's leadership. Chris and Giannis together, they built this. I'm just glad I could be a part of what Chris and Giannis have done. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bud. Congratulations. That's right, MVP. So now, for the presentation of the 2021 Bill Russell Finals MVP Award, please join me in welcoming back Commissioner Silver.
Thank you. I don't think there's much doubt, but he played through adversity. He played through injury. No doubt, given he was the two-time MVP in the league, this year's Bill Russell Finals MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
When you re-signed here, you said that you wanted to be a part of building a championship culture in Milwaukee for years to come. What does it mean to you to make good on that commitment in the city that drafted you?
means a lot. I want to thank Milwaukee for believing in me. You know, thank my teammates, man. They played hard every freaking game. You know, I trusted this team. I wanted to do it here in the city. I wanted to do it with these guys. So I'm happy. I'm happy that we were able to get it done.
And there you saw Giannis gratefully accepting the MVP award for the finals. And I don't think I've ever seen Coach Mike Budenholzer as relaxed and smiling as he spoke about what happened. You know, usually he has to be so reserved and a lot of pressure on him. A lot of people were wondering if he could actually see it all the way through. And yes, indeed, the Bucks are the NBA Finals champions.
Well, the pressure is off now. The Bucks, NBA champions, first time in 50 years. The last time this happened was 1971. A huge night for the Bucks, a huge night for the city. We're still waiting for details, specifics about a parade to come. We expect there probably will be something. But until then, we want to thank you for joining us. The Bucks did it. The Bucks in 6. They won. They're the NBA champions. And as we leave you tonight, we say thank you for joining us. And here's a look at the fireworks show that followed the NBA championship.